get paid.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
I'm not saying free Kelly, free R. Kelly. What I'm saying is free Robert.
Stop it. Get some help.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Emotional, damn it.
Save.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another good episode of Make It Make Sense, episode 14. And of course, I'm your host, Monterey Hudson, Mr. Drop the Mic himself. I'm not alone. Naturally, I'm joined by a colorful crew of good-natured people. We're going to start off with Blueface therapist himself, Mr. Hollywood Sensei. What it do?
Yes, sir. Hollywood Sensei in the building. Sensei of the Blur Cartel, CEO status. You know what I mean? We here, make it make sense. You already know where to follow the Blur Cartel. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, send those stars, man. We in the building tonight. Let's go.
Y'all already know. And then we have more than one star. We have I Won't Punch Your Father himself. What does that mean? Let him tell you. What do you mean by that, sir?
Is my mic working? Because I am Mr. I Won't Punch Your Father. I am live as a May, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Do you hear me? I just stole Joe line because I can.
We ain't gonna start on it. Represent the GGC Mafia, of course.
GGC Mafia, let's get it.
We got another one. We got the Afro Commie 765, the Fiend, the legendary man himself from the downloads of Twitter. What did it do?
You already know. Your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different day.
Of course, same gimmick, but it doesn't get old. And then, of course, we have the special man, Unico, the Fusion himself, Mr. Man of Many Names, which we'll get to later in the show. What it do, man? What it do?
I went to Hot Topic today and looked at all the Rick and Morty stuff, and now I realize nothing matters.
Oh my gosh, he's hit enlightenment, I guess, from Rick and Morty. I don't even know how that works.
I'm gothic now.
Okay,
and I go to Hot Topic every day.
Somebody help.
I hate to tell you, you are about 7 years late for that guy.
Appreciate y'all joining us for another episode of Make It Make Sense. Naturally, we're covering the things that's going cross forth in media, that's trending topics, the hot debates, everything that's going wild. And of course, been a few things along with the music this week. So we'll go ahead and cover it naturally. First and foremost, we have rest in peace to PNB Rock, to him and his.
R.I.P.
I hope they get all the help and aid and concern, because there's been a lot going around about his entire situation. If you weren't aware, PNB Rock was unfortunately had his life taken from him in a robbery at a chicken and waffles joint in LA, which is wild. I hate to hear that kind of thing happen. The problem is his death has sparked a lot of different debates about the life of what's going on in LA and the life of an artist in and of itself, because his death is not the main thing. I give you a couple of examples. Different people were quoting and showing off different videos and things that he was talking about where he was being watched, he was being followed. He even said people tried to rob him many times. And he lives in LA, so it's not nothing that's new to him. And a lot of people want to blame his girl because she put their location of where they were while they were sitting down eating, which is one thing, which is one aspect, but you have to take into the other aspect that have we gotten to the point where, as you're a rapper, as you're somebody who's famous, that you can't live like a regular person, that you can't sit down and enjoy, you can't get something to eat? Because a lot of people like to point out that, oh, well, if you're an artist, you only post your location after you leave. But then we tend to forget the place where he was and the place where he lived at. He lived in LA. And there were some artists that actually had some things to say about life in LA in and of itself, as a rapper, as an artist, or even as a person just with any kind of fame and money. Like, just give an example, like Boosie decided to weigh in, and when he just says you in LA, period, you have to make sure to keep your hand on the finger or the guns on the trigger. Be ready to go off at all times. No safety. Shoot as soon as you see harm, as you see anybody suspicious, they will take you out. It's the rap murder capital of the world. He's not, saying such something. I mean, even Ice-T just had to say it's the home of the body bag. He just, putting it out there, and people have been giving him things about his, comments about LA and the culture down there. Like, he just even saying when it comes to jewelry, him, Snoop, Ice Cube, Dre, Gang, Kendrick, plenty of them, not because they broke, but because they know LA is just a dangerous place, they don't test the streets by even just wearing any kind of paraphernalia. And even almost to sort of put that into perspective, that T Grizzly, which is another rapper, another artist, he lost over $1 million in jewelry and cash as his home was burglarized. Just letting you know that this is not just something like life in LA is not what you think it is. Like Ice even came back and said it's not a game. Like, don't want it. This is not something that you play with. And so it makes me have to question the life of an entertainer, the life of a rapper in and of itself. Like, have we gotten to that point where you can't even wear the things that you've earned or the things that you have in hip hop nowadays? Like, you can't let anybody know where you are. You almost have to be off of the grid, off of the map. Just taking any of the artists that you know, for example, I don't know where they live. I don't really know where you can find just Jay-Z's house, what their address, what they can be found at, Beyonce, any of them, family, friends, loved ones. You don't know nothing about them. A lot of them just stay off of the grid, off of the map. And is that how you have to live, especially in LA? Is that something that you have to do? I mean, even Lil Duval even said in a certain aspect, he's saying even hip hop has gotten to the point where it'll help you financially, but mentally it'll just hurt you. And so I have to put the question out there: what is the status of hip hop? What is the culture nowadays of hip hop? Is it the dangerous culture that everybody seems to be putting forth in the media, not just in LA, but just period? Has hip hop transformed into something that'll damage you mentally more than it will help you physically or help you with your life? What is the culture of hip hop at this point? And since I have one of our own from what it sounds like, I gotta throw it to him first. What is the culture of hip hop? What is it looking like nowadays? Has it transformed into something that's really gonna hurt you long term? Like, to the point where we can't even put locations. We can't sit at a Roscoe Chicken and Waffles without having to watch our back, without having to look over across the table to make sure my girl ain't sharing my location. Like, has it gotten to that point? Like, what is our culture nowadays, man? Tell me.
I feel like hip hop has been, it been in that space. You know what I mean? Whereas like as a rapper, entertainer, whatever, you shouldn't really be moving without security. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people try to say, hey, I'm from the streets, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't need security, but you really shouldn't be moving without security. I think in today's hip hop, because of we live in a generation of clout chasing now. You know what I mean? Everybody want to do something, just to get a buzz, just to get a name. So, you got people who will jump out the window just for some likes. You know what I mean? And if, if that involves me being on camera running down on a rapper and that's gonna get me some fame, then I'm gonna do it. That's just how niggas think nowadays. Like, I mean, I feel like PNB Rock definitely probably should have had some security with him. Like, I understand you live out there and all that, but like, I got people in LA. Like, my girl live in LA, and she said like, yo, nobody, like, that's not even where you want to go for Roscoe's. Like, don't go there. Like, I mean, like, niggas in the hood don't even go there. And for him to be there with no security, no nothing, is just crazy. Like, I mean, and I know we ain't on the subject of his girlfriend yet, but like, I just want to say, because I said it yesterday on my on what it sounded like Thursday, to blame her solely for this whole thing is crazy. Is mind blowing to me. To say it's just her fault. You got rappers like Kodak Black saying she should kill herself because of what happened. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, I just feel like that's an asinine statement to make. But to answer the question, hip hop right now is just, we're in the clout chasing era where people will do anything for anything. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. You see, you know what I mean, and in the rap game now, we make some of the most untalented motherfuckers famous. Like, you know what I mean, you see what happened with the Bad Baby chick. You know what I mean, we made her famous. She has no talent at all. You know what I mean? We made a bunch of people famous in this joint. And somebody that was talented, like PNB Rock, got ran down on because, niggas was doing some shit for clout. That's really all it was. You know what I mean? And I just, like, any rappers up and coming, whatever, like, bro, move with security. That don't make you any less of a man. It don't make you, a fraud, a bitch, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, just, that's for your protection. You know what I mean? Once you step into that realm of, entertainment, and you making a certain amount of money, you're the ticket. You're the meal, your meal ticket for your family. You know what I mean? You creating generational wealth for your folks. You gotta move differently. You gotta think smarter. You know what I mean? And trying to, prove something for the streets is not the way to go. Keep that security with you, man. Like, We seen what happened. Dropping locations is not the way to go. That's how Pop Smoke went out. He dropped his location. He was gone. XX Tentacion was on live, Instagram live. They seen his location. Next thing you know, he was gone. Like, I mean, we stop broadcasting your moves, man. What's that new trend now? Never let them know your next move. Keep moving like that. You know what I mean? And keep security with you, bro.
Man, that's sad to say. Now, Anthony brings up something. He was saying rappers, when they go back home, that's when they get taken out, man. Like,
yeah,
I hate seeing that kind of stuff, but
it wasn't even PNB's hometown though. He's from Philly,
right? He was in a whole different. But most rappers,
same
I mean,
with Pop Smoke.
in their hometown.
He was from New York.
now I think one thing I will give him a nod to is that if I can remember right, Nipsey Hussle did get taken down, I believe, in Los Angeles as well. Which is
He got taken down in the middle of Slauson in front of his own store.
Which starts to that starts to put me on.
He knew dude.
LA being that kind of area or that kind of place. Is it really has it gotten to that point to where if you get big, you can't go back to the place where you got big at? Like, how much do you have to give up to be famous? Like, you have to go off the map. You can't go back home, or if you go back home, nobody can know that you back home. And even to the point, like you were saying, Hollywood, when it came to the clout, people were sharing and spreading the video that showed PNB Rock on the ground just bleeding. And I hated it. That was viral. And so I hated watching that kind of stuff, because like anything that get popular big like that, there's some things, even like the fight between Blueface and Chrisean Rock's father and that family situation, which we'll get to later. Like, those kind of things gets what's put in the media and what gets forwarded in media. But just like the fact that once you get big, it's almost like you can't go back, and then you have to avoid some places, some cities. Los Angeles is one of the biggest meccas of the world when it comes to the stuff that happens there. The amount of people that there, the amount of experiences, the amount of connections that you can grow there. Some of the biggest shows, the biggest events in the world happen in LA, but it ends up being almost one of the most dangerous places to where you can't even sit down at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle in certain areas. I mean, it gets wild, and it almost blows my mind that that's what we've gotten to. Not only in just hip hop, but the media and stuff itself. It's wild. Just, I won't punch your father, man. Your name's still crazy, which we'll get to that later. But tell me your thoughts on this whole situation. Not necessarily just the PNB Rock and his unfortunate passing, but just the entirety of the situation itself. Like, we literally almost condemning his girl just for sharing the location. Which, one thing before I give it to you, which I give props to Charlemagne the Guy, what he said on the Breakfast Club show, is that when we start to focus more on just that aspect of the girlfriend instead of focusing more on the people who decided to take this man's life over a chain, over just a robbery, over a little bit of money. Like, it blows my mind that we got to the point where a chain is nothing, and a chain would just, it almost can cost you your life over a small piece of inconsiderate jewelry. What you got to say for us, LA? Let me know what you got on your brain.
The thing is, you got to remember is that when you win, there's a lot of people that didn't go with you. And I think people forget that a lot. And when you come from a place that people ain't got nothing and they see you with something, they want what you got. And that's always the scariest thing, because I don't think, like, if y'all know, I don't know if y'all know, like, really famous people that went around you, family, cousins, or something. The way they treat the person that didn't do something for them because they thought they should, even though they are not obligated to, will show you why it's dangerous. Oh, he got famous. He in the NFL. He in the NBA. He playing Major League Baseball, but he ain't getting nothing to us. Dude sat there and gave your son a car. I'm going into personal stuff now, but he didn't do nothing for nobody because he stopped doing it. Because he's like, I'm not here to fund you. And the vitriol that they will get, they will make up rumors, they will lie. And this not even to the death part. This is just people you know that probably won't hurt you. Just imagine dude you went to school with that probably kind of rock with you but didn't. Guess what he feeling? You know what I'm saying? So they would, and especially if you, I know this been around, don't wear the chains and jewelry and stuff. If they see it, that make them even more mad. Because to them, it's like you flooding on me and you came to the hood and you flooding on me. Jealousy is a hard thing, especially when you come from a hard place. LA, the same thing. LA, if everybody know, LA probably super gentrified. Everybody know this. Once you go to certain areas, it's real nice, and they ain't gonna get messed with in those areas, right? We saw it when we had the George Floyd and all those situations. They put the tank in front of the white neighborhood where they were going, and they're like, y'all can have whatever in that black neighborhood. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all just ain't coming over here. And they treat it like that. So guess what? A bunch of people, if you LA expensive. So the people that's like going through it, they don't see nobody, so they see you with it. And they gonna want what you got, and they like, I'm gonna take what you got. And that's the mindset people got, especially like when you go to your hometown. When you go to like these certain places, you ain't going to New Orleans and just rocking around like that. Cause they know that now the police don't care. Like, I don't know how many people been to it, but they don't care. Like, hey, you get shot, get in line. That's what goes down here. So unfortunate for P&B Rock, he went to a dangerous spot from what I'm reading. I'm understanding. I looked at people. You can look at like the Yelp reports. Like, this is not a good spot to be. Like, if you just look at their reviews online, even before this incident, this is not a good place to go. You probably don't want to go here. It's a lot of robberies and stuff happening around here. And unfortunately, she did give the location. I'm not gonna. Even if she didn't, you a celebrity. Let's just be honest. Even if she didn't, some dude probably take a picture like, "Look who I saw," and post it on the internet.
But in real time,
yeah, somebody would do it. I see somebody Snapchat my cousin right there and just put it on Instagram right when my cousin was written. I'll just say Billy Hammond did play with he played the who he played with now? Braves. They'll take a picture of you when you at an event and you with them, and they'll just like post on Instagram Live and go live and like, look who I see. And you be like, and we do like that every time. Like, hey, we don't want that, but it happens, man. So it's tough. Prayers up to his family. Prayers up to her mental, because it's gonna be terrible. Because the people, like you said, Kodak said something. You see Nicki Minaj, like these famous people piling on. You know, Nicki got an audience, dog. They coming at you just for the sake of she said something about you. So,
I mean, it's wrong. The thing about it that people tend to like, they're trying to focus on the girlfriend, thinking that they forgetting like this man was a father. This man has a daughter that now has no father sitting there with him, and like some of his family members are saying like they're having trouble getting his brothers back to Philadelphia. Getting his body and things, trying to just lay him to rest and things of that nature, because it's and just the daughter, and like we trying to put so much pressure on the girlfriend. What, like, if that's his baby mama, why would we put pressure on her? Now I don't know, because I have to link them together, but we focusing on the wrong things, and now we got to look at the life and everything. And now it's like, okay, LA gets even more of a rep of being a place that you don't want to be in, that you don't want to stay in. We get more of a rep of like, I can't leave my location nowhere. I gotta be. I hate the idea that if I ever get big, I have to be off the grid. The fact that I based my livelihood on being a household name, on being somewhere where you can always hear my voice and always know who I am, and yet I have to make sure you can't see me. That I have to make sure you can't follow me. You don't know where I'm at. You don't know where I live. I can't even wear the things that I've been able to earn the right to wear, like whether they be chains, the cars you drive, because you can't have nothing. Almost to the point you can't have nothing in your car. You can't have nothing showing in your car that even look worth something. Like, I don't know. I done lived in the hood. I done had radios taken out the car before. Like, wake up in the morning, you see that corner of that window bust out, all of a sudden stuff gone. So like, no, like, it's kind of crazy. And then posting locations. It's almost like you can't do that nowadays, whether you're famous or not. You almost don't even want to post a location of where you eating at, where you chilling at, spot y'all chilling at until you gone. It's like almost one of the rules. Never post where you at. Always post where you at when you leave. And it's just like, I hate the idea of where we living in now, the state of the hip hop game, and it's almost not about the music or it's not about the words. It's more about the people and what you're doing, like the livelihood behind it.
all about clout.
Can I say something about what you just said, Monte? Because I saw Adam 22 and I saw his homeboy that he do the podcast with. I blanked on his name right there. But he literally asked him, "Is it about the what's that, Tor?
AD.
AD, yeah, that's right. I'm finna say AJ. I'm like, that ain't right though, so I didn't want to say it. But AD asked him straight up, is it even, when you interview people, is it about music or is it about the drama they get in? And he said both. And I'm like, that what R.I.P is about more drama now?
Shoot,
all I
I
want to say.
almost
Get
did.
some
It's like you gotta have some drama behind what you're saying in order to get some clout. Afro Comic, you know the dregs of Twitter, man. What they got to say about this? Man, I know you've seen a lot, bro.
I mean, to touch on hip hop first, whether we want to talk about it or not, hip hop's always been a depiction of the streets. And for those of you who don't know, the streets are deadly. Like, and I want to keep the focus not so much on the girlfriend. We'll get to her part, but on the gentleman that shot this man and killed him. Like that's the main thing. Although I hate to say it, I do feel like we in this day and age, you know what the chances are, especially if you're famous. Because look, we talk about Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke got hit in the Hollywood Hills, the nicest part of LA. Like, we're talking gated community, freaking white neighbors, all as far as the eye can see, and he still got murdered. It's just, and it's sad, but it's the truth. It's what it's always been. Go back to 1991, and I mean 92 Wu Tang, 89 you had NWA. You know what I mean? Like it's always been a story of you get on, you get big, and then somebody puts you off this world, and it's crazy. But I feel like the PNB Rock situation, it shows a lot more now. Maybe I feel like it's always been evident, but maybe people will start to realize now it does not matter where you're at. Whether you is the chance you're going to get hit more likely in your hometown? Yes. People resent you for the stupidest stuff, and you becoming extra wealthy on top of it isn't going to do nothing but multiply those feelings. But I mean, PNB Rock was on a whole nother coast. I mean, he's from Philly. He was literally other side of the country damn near, and got hit at a Roscoe's that I've not seen an LA rapper yet that hasn't had the sentiment that I'm not even trying to go to that. You couldn't pay me to go to that Roscoe's. So I sort of wonder, like, did he know that? Because like it feels like it's just been some super well known thing that you thoroughly avoid this Roscoe's chicken and waffles. Like whether you're a rapper or just a person in general, you avoid it. And then I think another part of it is that people might or might not be taken into account is that a lot of people, especially like in LA where the cost of living is so high, you got to think a lot of these folks went from getting these PPP loans and god dang all this extra unemployment, and they were having all this money in excess and money to afford stuff and moving into nicer houses, and then it all stopped. So what do you expect to happen? Like they were eating, they were doing good, and then all of it's gone. So what are they going to do? They're going to go back to doing what they were doing before, only they're going to do it with a renewed vigor. It's sad, but I feel like you got it. These are things you have to realize, especially as an artist in today's day and age, especially a hip hop artist. Like the culture, and I hate to say it, but I feel like it's the truth. The culture is almost inherently violent. Like it's a part of what it is. Like it's a part of the allure. It's a part of the mystique. It's a part of the draw of hip hop is for people to get to live out these. They're living out these gangster fantasies through the music, doing stuff they know they're never going to do. But these rappers that are really doing it, I mean, you forget the stigma, and there shouldn't be a stigma, but there is the stigma that comes with it, that you always have to be on guard, that you always have to put on this tough facade. And all we've done in today's day and age is prove that is what you need to do. If you're not on your P's and Q's, if you aren't damn near militant about the way you move throughout your hometown or any town, you could lose your life. Like it's, and even more in that, like you can, if you list off even the rappers that have died by gun violence in the last, let's say, decade, you've got Triple X, you've got Pop Smoke, you've got FBG Cash, you've got freaking Mo3, you've got Nipsey, you've got, I mean, and the list goes on and on. You've got all these rappers that have literally been shot down like it was nothing. And you thought they were untouchable. You think once you have all this money, it's obvious you get the security. You do all these extra steps to make sure your life's safe. It's sad that you have to, but I feel like it's like something that you got to realize, especially once you start making actual life-changing money. Once we start talking 50K a show, 100K a show, you're doing freaking 10, 15 shows a week, freaking, or some ungodly number. If you're super high in demand, I mean, the money's outrageous. I mean, in LA especially, look at Draco the Ruler. He was going to perform at a concert and got rushed by 50 people and got stabbed up and killed in his hometown, going to perform at I'm pretty sure it was a day in LA, which is super poetic and not in a good way. But it's sad, but I feel like if you're gonna if you're gonna be successful, it's a risk you're gonna have to realize is there and plan accordingly for. It sucks that it's got to be that way. But at this point, it is what it is. Don't become another statistic.
And that's bad that that's literally a statistic that we can look at numbers now and just see how it's gotten to be that point, and that it's more than just being able to make music and have people being able to enjoy your voices. Now you got to watch where you are, who you are. Even PNB Rock, who wasn't maybe we'll say an S tier known artist or rapper, that you can't even do it at that point. Unico, you've been quiet, man. I know you got some stuff to say. Get it off your chest.
Man, can I turn this bitch up, man? Damn. Can I turn this bitch up? God damn. Can I turn this bitch up? Or no?
Are you gonna do it with PNB Rock?
You might have to switch the subject.
No, man. I mean, damn, it's just kind of, man, I get it, man. It's a sad thing that happened. I get it, but we missing the main motherfucking point in this bitch. Niggas hate niggas. Why do we keep doing this to each other? I don't understand. It's always us, bruh. I can't stand this shit, man. I gotta watch out for you. Why? Why do I gotta watch out for you? When that stuff happened with George Floyd, when that stuff happened in Baltimore, where we was riding, where was they riding at? In the hood. Go to where they stay at. Y'all, like, I saw a video this week. Hey man, when you come to LA, you gotta make sure, you know, if you're trying to buy some property, you better check in. Y'all don't tell the white people to check in no damn where. They come in there and do what they want to do. But it's us, it's me. It's me. I gotta check in. I gotta tell somebody I'll be in LA. White folk just go in there and do whatever they want to do. And we just continue to fight against each other all the damn time. We trying to be, in case y'all didn't know, don't nobody respect us as black people. Okay? All the racists look at us as if we are the lowest of the low. So what do we try and do? Become the best of the low. So we try and do our best to try and be the best version of us, but the king of all black people is still going to be looked at as the lowest. Yes, Beyonce, she gets a pass. Jay-Z, we don't talk about him because he made it to a point where my money's bigger than yours and most of the people you look up to. There's not very many people. Even we get on Kanye, we get on him. Man, that nigga crazy.
Yeah.
That nigga crazy.
Now,
but he don't get touched. So what I'm saying to you is this: is all of us is black men on this show right now, and we just so happen to like each other. But I can go to Roscoe's Chicken and Chicken and Waffles today. I believe that I can. But if it's a bad day, maybe I can't. If I'm wearing the wrong fake jewelry from Claire's, I might not make it. And that's a damn shame that it's always somebody that look like me, bruh. I hate it. I hate that shit, bruh. It's somebody, man, I'm gonna go get that nigga. Man, y'all some broke ass niggas. Y'all bums, period. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to have a East Coast accent there for a second. My apologies, Blueface therapist. Um, I got real for a second, but man, on some real shit, like, bro, I gotta be wary of you. Why? Why I gotta be wary of you? Man, let's turn this bitch up, man.
Well, it's
Yo, we got shot at. Me and your cousin Joe got shot at a Taco Bell, and we wouldn't even about it. We wasn't even them people, bro. It was a whole nother group that was shooting. I'm like, bro, I just want a 5-layer burrito that I found some change underneath the cap.
Don't get turned up, but we joined by the great one himself, BMT, Business Minded Talk. We appreciate the man for joining us. Apparently, he got some stuff he needs to get off his chest. BMT, you got the floor, man. What it do?
Okay, so one of my businesses is I provide security for club owners, business owners.
There you
go. I've done it for rappers, Pastor Troy. I've seen Boosie, the baby. I done seen Trina. I done seen J. Cole. I met quite a lot of rappers in my extensive career. They paid me quite well. First things first. I never blamed the woman because that's something a lot of women do when they're out on a date with their man or they're out with their man. Women take pictures. Hell, women take pictures and they show it off to their girlfriends and their other people all the time. I find it very interesting. Nikki is bashing her, thrashing her, but Nikki takes pictures with her husband and shows their location all the time. Oh, look at the petties when we're at the mall, when we're out here doing this and that. Like, no. So it's kind of like they're looking for that of a scapegoat. Now, one of the things about it is, let's say you touch down a new area, and see the thing about it, why I call it, it depends on the lifestyle of what you're portraying and living, and the areas that you frequent and go around. Like, what's going on, Don? Like, for instance, J. Cole rides a bicycle everywhere he goes. You can look this up. People know who J. Cole is in Charlotte. Nobody fucking punching J. Cole off of a bike and stealing his bike and shit because he doesn't portray that type of energy. You understand me? Like, depending on where you go, like if I'm not that type of lifestyle of the hood, I don't need to take my black ass to the hood. Do y'all capiche? Does that make any sense? Like,
yes.
If you know that's not your element or you don't know the area, like I can go back up to Massachusetts. I was born there. I grew up there a little bit, but I also know there's some areas I cannot go because I do not speak like that. I don't articulate like that. They're gonna say, "Nigga, you ain't from around here. Hold up, run me them pockets."
They get down like that in Massachusetts.
Go to Dorchester.
The hood is everywhere.
Listen, go to Dorchester. I'll tell you what. Go.
I guess Aaron Hernandez is from Connecticut.
No. Go to Dorchester at 7 p.m. right across from Franklin Park Zoo, and just hang a white or blue bandana out of your back pocket, and stay there for 20 minutes.
Are we still doing bandanas?
That question will be answered.
Are we still doing bandanas?
Listen.
Hey,
they still do it. Yes, they never.
Yes, they
listen, they still go hard with the flag. Like the flag shit is very.
Do y'all remember
serious,
in Project Chick, that video? Everybody in that video wore a different rag. Why can't we just do that?
Nah, because people forget that the game.
No, but some of them. Listen. You. Here's the thing about it. Some people are looking for something of that to believe in. Like I said,
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. Like the guy said, in LA, you better know the right colors. Even Kendrick Lamar said that. He said, "Yo, bro, I had 2 family members part of the Bloods. There's Pyru, and then there's another side of the Blood. People. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know the lifestyle, don't portray.
You gotta wear the right hat.
Huh?
In LA, you gotta wear the right hat. You can't.
Right.
You can't go to certain neighborhoods and wear a New York hat because that's associated with neighborhood.
Even Houston Astros hats.
So, but the thing about it is, here's
just stick to LA. That's what they say.
Now I'm gonna show you a counter difference. Now, Post Malone, I don't like. Listen, here's the thing about it, man. it depends on how you're trying to like do or live that lifestyle. Like when you start getting to a certain level, like you don't have to prove that you got fucking money. Who you trying to impress? Like that's the problem. Like motherfuckers. Shout out to the brother. Like he said on our panel very eloquently. A lot of people are looking for validation. I get it. You want to you never had that many. You never had 5 chains, so you want to show all your boys you got 5 chains. But you don't have to prove that. You don't have to showcase that. Just live your goddamn life. The problem is a lot of dudes, like people with money, don't have to wear their money. They just live it. They just live a lifestyle, and that's the thing about it. Post Malone, ain't nobody running up on him. Ain't nobody running up on Little Nas. I'm just saying, like nobody's running up on Tyler the Creator. Like, and mind you, Tyler is a California kid. All of them, like all of them. But the thing about it, and they all they do is walk the streets in scooters and shit. They just don't live that type of I'm a hard guy lifestyle. Jadakiss is always on the goddamn street. That nigga be sitting on the street with niggas shooting dice and drinking. Like, if you're not about that, stay in your lane. And I'm just being honest. But listen, boom. I literally I watch these people every day. Like when they get off the stage, you know the first thing I say, "Hey, take them chains off." Oh yeah. You know what they do? Take them right off and they put them right in the case, and then we start moving. Why? But they're not trying to be targets. But they know somebody's going to try to yank that chain when they go into another area. Take it off, bro. Put on
Somebody that's black like them.
Yeah. It mostly. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, this is a very most people are going to black people have less of a fear trying their own than trying other people. It's a sad factor, but they're going your crime. We don't have a fear of running up on each other. When Kendrick Lamar was wearing that diamond crown, the nigga had 40 dudes deep around him. Let's not play the game. Whenever goddamn most dudes wearing that jewelry, Mayweather is never lacking with security. None of these dudes are lacking with security. That doesn't make you less of a man, a bitch, a punk. Cardi has security, Offset, the Migos. Them niggas got like 20 niggas deep around everywhere they go. Like they're never lacking. It doesn't cost that much to get. You can get an off-duty cop to watch your back. Now the blaming of that woman, that's very pitiful and shameful. Shame on the people who blame her. That's her child's father. Like it's a sad day that motherfuckers be mad that my girl don't be claiming me on social media. She be fake and fraudulent. So one time she show y'all eating some slop and y'all all start running down on the woman about why she do that dumb bitch. Like I'm like, come nigga, that's his baby mama. Nobody say anything to Lauren London when she be taking pictures with her nigga about a Range Rover and shit. I'm like, this is selective outrage.
I think the geotag was the real problem though. Like giving the address and the time that you're there. I think that's what more because that's kind of wild if you got any kind of status.
Who's to say somebody that's working there didn't have them niggas run down on him?
Now that's a good point. Now here's the thing about it. I'm gonna show you how this shit works. But I work at plenty of clubs. Listen, I've seen it. Let me show you how quick. Because people think that niggas are stupid and not detectives. Somebody can snap a picture of you, and then literally y'all forget all phones have a GPS, whether you take it or not. If somebody snaps a picture of you and say, "Yo, is that who I think it is?" Yeah. Y'all listen. They were doing that to Tekashi 6ix9ine. He didn't have up his location, but niggas were doing hellified detective work to find him, Chief Keef. Like y'all, people be thinking like if they want to find you, they're going to try to find you. If they want to get at you, they're going to find ways to get at you.
Though?
Does it make it easier? Well, here's the thing. Well, it does make it easier because you are a sitting duck. But I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say this: if he would have had 1 to 2 people armed, just sitting by him, do you think people would have still run up on him? No.
Well, no.
You're not gonna. I hardly. Who runs up in a gun store? Who runs up in a pawnbroker store where they got guns? You don't ever run up in the bodega where you know the nigga that shoot back. You're not gonna take that chance. They're gonna go for a soft target. I live in LA. We all know. Yeah, like I like. Listen, bro. The area I worked out there around Judge Judy area for security. Listen, Nobody goes down to that part. Like everybody think LA is nice and clean and some nice trope. No, they're showing you the nice
It's
Orange County area,
disgusting.
motherfucker. They don't show you the Judge Dredd mutant area where all the niggas fucking fight Mortal Kombat with rats and shit. They don't show y'all that
Skid
shit.
Row,
Like
homeless
nobody
city.
who actually is out there, who actually lives out there, walks around with shit that easily gets snatched. I'm dead ass serious. Watch the videos. You don't see them even when they're making them fucking videos. You don't see them niggas wearing chains like that. And if they're on a closed set. Ain't nobody walking around with meat around their neck. They know they're gonna get got. So that's when you know you're a foreigner. You're a foreigner. You don't know the layout of the land. And black people need to stop doing this checking in. Checking in is nothing more than extortion. It's just extorting people. And they do it too much to their own people. So that's all I gotta say to that right there, man.
Well, how's that? And I just want to ask this: how is that Roscoe still open if nobody goes there?
Well, I mean, they keep a lot of stores. Well, here's the thing about it. They keep a lot. Well, here's the thing about it. Here, I'll say this much: you can have a bodega store, or like y'all know corner stores that get robbed all the time. They still be open. They'll probably be open the next day. Hell, you'll probably still see the bullet holes in the goddamn wall. I'm dead at. There was a bulletproof thing. The dude came up with a double barrel, shot the goddamn casing. It didn't go through. Next morning when we walked to school, saw the shit right there. He was still out there. Niggas was still buying Phillies and goddamn cigarettes. Didn't give a fuck. I'm just saying, Waffle House. Everybody know after the club, everybody go to Waffle House. Waffle House is a glass fucking restaurant. Niggas can see inside there who's in there, bro. So if they want to get you, they're gonna get you at Waffle House, bro. If you're smart, you will order your shit. Come on now. Anybody who have been down the East Coast, you order your shit from the outside, walk in there, snatch your shit, and get the fuck on out. Too easy, bro. I'm sorry, bro. If you a nigga, you should already know your nigga tree by now.
That is one thing I saw. They easily could have just got the food to go like a lot of people do, but that's something else entirely. But leave it at that because this is a discussion that can keep going. We're talking about the hood and everything. I'm gonna leave it at that. But like I already figured, everybody got a lot when it come off that. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next topic, which is what a lot of the names are here for when it comes to I Won't Punch Your Father, and that is the most toxic relationship I believe in history. I honestly believe that Blueface and Chrisean got to be the most toxic couple I have ever seen in history. They got to be the most toxic. They've at it again. They went at it again. This time, this time the family got involved in it with it. This time his father supposed to threw the first punch in another altercation with them. And then after that, I'm not going to lie, that drive-by punch that Blueface got on her father, I'm not even going to lie. That mug was nice. I'm going to let y'all take a look at it.
That shit was clean.
That mug was nice.
That shit was clean.
We have the footage.
Best part, I got footage, and I can even talk during it. Because you can take a look right here, like the top left corner, you'll see the left side of your screen. Like, oh wait, the father decided to throw a punch at him, whatever. Now, what the discussion and everything was for, we don't necessarily know because naturally, they're not gonna tell that part. But they even in slow motion, you see in the left side, father is talking right there. Somebody tries to break it up, all of a sudden, quick sucker punch, wow, right there, like this. They're like, oh wait a minute. Oh, whoa. All of it just started yapping and everything. Okay, the rapping. And so, the family gets involved, but then they drive by. I'm sorry. That's one of them shots. At 3:00 when that bell ring and everybody coming outside, leaving out of school, and y'all coming down that staircase, that's one of them drive-by hits. But you ain't got no idea that mug coming. You just walking. They even got a slow motion. Father just walking next to Blueface said, "Oh, you thought I forgot? You thought I forgot? Wow!" Like just laid him. Like it's wild. That mug was wild. I'm sorry. That mug was wild to me. But they literally got to be the most toxic couple I believe I've seen in
I would disown my child, and my child just watched that shit.
I'm sorry.
Well, BMT, she did punch her mother, so it's like she beat up the mother and sister. He knocked out the father. It's kind of what they do.
Okay, but I'm saying you better not go back home with that nigga.
Couple goals, bro.
Like the same dad got knocked out with the same guy that tied my mom up in the wood. You know what? I don't even know.
Wow. Okay.
But they was giving a whole bunch of extra stuff with it. Like,
why she go back to the house?
Family chipping in, like, oh, you green, come on and fight me. Somebody, I ain't gonna lie, this is funny. Somebody like Blueface knocked the Mario coins and the cigarette out the boy. Like, I'm sorry. And then even after Blueface, after he did it, he even went on there to be like, I'm her daddy now. That's how
my God.
No respect. You got
This
no
is
respect
disrespect.
for the entirety of her family when you like, I'm a dad. Like no, this
Oh.
relationship at this point, hey, like I'm like Anthony's like, oh, you know, she just with it for the money and fame. At this point, you done sacrificed your own father, you done sacrificed your family for the money and fame. This is what our clout chasing the guy at this point. If you really in it for money and fame, you done sacrificed your father, self dignity, the family. It don't even matter at this point.
Well,
And
he
then
kind of did the same.
in the middle of the street themselves. Like, what's the point now? Like, is this what clout then came with that she respect her man? I don't know about respect.
If
Respect
Blueface get popped, don't act. Y'all don't want to hear no fake outrage. If Blueface get popped, no, I want to hear shit.
Oh no,
Just
that's
keep
just
it-
family beef right there. We stay out of family beef.
Right now, I'm just saying that old nigga get that vitriol. I'm gonna get one way or the other. All right, now y'all must not niggas don't like taking L's now these days.
Bro, she
I
got.
don't want to hear nobody say Blueface. How could he have died? I'm like, nah, nigga. Y'all were laughing. Y'all don't think that nigga ain't gonna come back with the vitriol and go get his goddamn. It only take a 22 to drop her ass, and that's it.
I ain't wishing that on nobody. I ain't talking about that, but just I know this is the type of toxic relationship stuff that gets magnified. That we look at it and say, oh, okay, that's nice. You know, somebody get ran up on like a drive-by, you know, whatever, like a bus came and you missed that bus. To lay out a father. This is where we at now, where relationships are more important than our own family. It don't even matter if somebody get laid out. It don't even matter if they get to fight and all that. This is what our relationships look like now. I won't punch your father since you know this is where your name decides to come from. Tell me your thoughts on this recent development on our best relationship of 2022.
Let's be honest. He holding on to her because nobody talking about his music. He sold like 4K, which any on the street rapper can do. She keep him in the news. She keep him getting interviewed. She keep him getting talked about, and he keep her being talked about. And he keep her in the news. They stay together in this weird relationship that I don't even know if it's real love or it's like, oh, this is a transactional thing that we both can profit off of because ultimately, she done, like I said, she beat his mother and his sister and dragged him down the street and was like, yo, and he was like, and he just smoking a cigarette like they deserve it. He's punched her dad and she defended it. Like, I was telling Tori before that he got to punch her brother too to make it even. Like, at this point, it's like crazy. Like, I don't like
he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna see her brother. He ain't gonna see her brother. Blueface ain't about to do that. Blueface ain't about that life.
I don't know. Blueface been training for that celebrity boxing match for a good minute now.
He done ducked two of them though.
The way that girl was tagging his face up, I don't know, man. He might want to go hit the gym again.
They're like, did he kick the mother out the house?
No.
Yeah, after she beat her up, he like kicked her down.
But nobody want to be like, oh, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman. We don't talk about that part. Now we just like, oh, you know, it's
right.
Fuck that. That's Street Fighter 6 coming out. Fuck that.
We don't talk about that.
Who did Blueface sign to? He signed to Def Jam, so he got Def Jam Vendetta. Got that Chrisean and
well, at this point, this is just wild. I don't even know what the point of these relationships is at this point. It's like, why bother? Like it's like at clout, I'm sacrificing family. I'm sacrificing everything for clout. I mean, bro, didn't they already get tattooed on each other too? Like, ain't they bonded? Like, they got the tattoos on each other. Let's see that.
Yeah, she got like a tattoo.
She has his whole face on her chest, bruh.
Now this is the point.
Nah, let me ask this question. So if she starts getting hands put on her again, should the family come to her aid or be like, nah, fuck you. You went with that nigga, you deal with that shit. But I'm on that mentality. You went with that nigga, you on your own, nigga.
She got hands.
Like,
we seen
if they get the squabbler in the middle of the street, you think the family should just be like, nah, you wish for this because you didn't defend us during the other incident?
It seemed like they already kind of let this go.
Right.
I mean, I'm keeping the beam with you. Like, depending on this whole situation, if you with somebody that toxic and you obviously see this ain't good, I'd already be like, you know, you on your own for the most part. Because I mean, it ain't really much I can tell you that you don't already know. Like, there ain't really much I can tell you already know. If he willing, like, not think about it during the earlier incident, he was trying to get away from her. But if I'm talking to him, I'm like, bro, if you willing to keep that kind of girl around you, bro, I can't help you at that point, man. It's over.
Do you think her family calls him?
Bro. I'm telling you.
Do you think her family calls him Blueface or by his like actual name? They be like, man.
Do you know his actual name? They probably don't.
Does it matter?
I'm just wondering, like, man, we're gonna whoop that nigga Blueface, man. Like, do they say that?
Definitely probably what they're saying.
Or do they call him by his
definitely
actual
probably
name?
the
Doesn't matter.
I'm saying that to say this. How close are they to this nigga? That's what I'm saying.
Yo, they
Probably
honestly
not
ain't that close.
remotely.
Like,
He
are you
moved
gonna
into
are you
a whole
gonna
other state.
are you gonna man? Are you gonna say fuck that nigga Unico? Or are you gonna say fuck that nigga Joe? How close are we at this point?
I mean, at the end of the day, if you
I
go
think
swallow
it's
them,
different.
I got a question though. Wasn't they at her family's cookout?
Them niggas was in the middle of the street.
No. It was a family reunion. It was a family reunion. I know that much. But was it her family?
In this video, they was at a recording for a video, as far as I know.
Okay.
And think this was after he bailed her out of jail too. For the second time she attacked him, because it was twice in 1 month, and she went to jail the second time for trespassing because she ran after him in a closed bar. So
who catches a trespass?
But I'm gonna leave
Chrisean Rock.
Another lovely toxic exo, because we got a third one. We give the shout out to Bad Barbie, another wonderful artist, quote unquote, that is doing wonderful things, and supposedly she has been called to speak at Oxford. Yes, the gracious Oxford University, one of the most prestigious schools in the world. She has been called to speak there at one of their biggest Oxford Union, one of the most debating societies on planet Earth. She has been called to speak there. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to Bad Bar, because she has, she did make a scholarship last month for $1.7 million, for trade students and young entrepreneurs. I am going to give a shout out to her for that. Not talking about her.
Well, I mean, if you're making $20 million a month, it's the least you can do.
I mean, she did show she made $50 million from OnlyFans, and supposedly she didn't even show no nudity, which just goes to show the culture that we're living in nowadays. But I ain't even got to that point. Just the point of
them big niggas was waiting for her to turn 18, bruh.
Man, she's a hot girl.
She was brought on to speak at Oxford University, and my only real honest question that I have for everybody watching and for the panel: what is she going to say to those students?
She's gonna show them how to set up a reputable OnlyFans.
Like what? Like I'm like, why call her to speak to them? Like what did she?
Listen, somehow she has finessed her way even more than Logan Paul. I don't know what she has done to finesse this. All she did was take me outside. How about that? And all of a sudden, we have seen a skyrocket. I have seen so many of these people who go and fall. Like, they fall. Like, whoa, Vicky, nobody know where she is. She starts saying, I'm white again after a while, because she's like, okay, this ain't worth it. This girl,
that's because you gotta remember, she let Boonk dick her down, and that took away the value. Bad Baby stuck to these higher levels.
Well, didn't young boy not? I went to she didn't.
But that's what I'm saying. She stuck to the higher tiered rappers. She messed with Young Boy and Trippie Redd, and she used to mess with X back in the day.
She became a rapper for Atlantic. She had the most popular OnlyFans ever. Now she is speaking at Oxford. This is the biggest finesse I have ever seen. That's the class she teaches. She teaches finessing.
She's talking at Oxford, yo. She's finessed the game thoroughly.
She is didn't she go? Didn't one of her sons go platinum? Like this is the level of insanity that we live in.
It was hybrid. She is
a $50 million OnlyFans model who showed no nudity, who finessed a platinum song from Atlantic Records off of going on Dr. Phil. This is incredible.
And she's got one of the few OnlyFans you can't find on Reddit. It's crazy.
How did you know I was on Reddit? How did you know I was on Reddit investigating?
And see, that's the thing that's bonkers to me is, like, I understand that in the business of social media, in the business of media in and of itself, a certain amount of luck is required to grow and get successful. No matter how you look at it, to grow, you need luck. It's more, you can have all the skill in the world, you can put out all the videos, do all the marketing. You simply need luck. The right person needs to be able to see it at the right time, all that. She got big off of one saying on the show that was meant to help her with the ways that she had at that point that were looked at as negative. And she got big.
I mean, it improved her life in the way you look at it.
Hey, can I say something? She even took down Dr. Phil, dog. This man had lawsuits coming from this, from the camp he sent them to. She took down the one that made her. She has got that big.
Like, that's the thing that's crazy. She got big off of it, or at least got popular off it. But then she got banked from the OnlyFans. We trying to, like, it blows my mind that we got into that. So now she's speaking at one of the most prestigious schools. And to the light, it will be shown. It happens in November, if I remember right. And it will be on YouTube. You will be able to see it. It probably will be trending. And it just blows my mind because I literally have to wonder, what is she going to say? Like, she got $50 million at least. She can pay somebody to write a prestigious speech for that movie.
Oh, yeah. Ghost Rider is getting some fat stacks, guaranteed.
I'm just lost. And this is where we got into where just, you don't necessarily need much when it comes to prestige or, background, a lot of that kind of stuff. One saying, and you can have it. You can be good. You don't need nothing else. You don't need nothing else. Like, is this what we got into?
Hollywood, we need to get the GGC merch off. We got to get this saying off.
We got to get the GGC Mafia off the ground because this is what we at this point. This is what we looking like, man. This is what we looking like this. Do we need our own catchphrase? Is GGC Mafia not good enough? Is the ground game crazy? That needs to be. Everybody watch this, like, comment, subscribe. But take ground game crazy and make that mug viral. GGC Mafia hashtag. We making it viral. We doing this today. You need to hear what I got to say. GGC Mafia, we making it viral because apparently all you need is one good saying at one good time. And where that come from? It came from us. It came from Make It Make Sense. It came from the Blur Cartel. Dude, it came from Over on 99 Media. The collaboration of the two goats of the media nowadays. It came from this. Make this viral because apparently we'll be able to speak at Oxford if we can just get this one thing off the ground.
I'm going for Yale.
You can speak at Oxford, Yale, Harvard, you know what I mean? Princeton, whatever. Like,
I'll speak at Bama, bro. I'll speak at Bama. I don't care. Now, the thing about it, because this is something that I've noticed is starting to become something that I'm seeing. I ain't gonna say a pattern, but this is like the second one. Because first it was Miss Brittany Renner, who also has a reputation for things. She was invited to speak at JSU, which was questionable. It was like, okay, we might have JSU, but it's questionable. Prestigious university. And now we have Bhad Barbie invited to speak at Oxford. So I don't know where we go from here. Like, who's the next person of questionable refuge that we're gonna see speaking at Princeton? What's
Look, Tay.
Chrisean. I'm voting for Chrisean.
Chrisean teaching at Yale.
I mean, for all we know, Chrisean and Blueface might get invited to go to Yale University and be like, we're gonna tell y'all about.
They're gonna give you a couple seminar.
Or how about the Yale leaders at Texas A&M?
Right.
Hey Hollywood, what you gonna do when the white people ask you when you come up to think? What does GGC Mafia mean?
It's every Yale leader.
It's ground game crazy, and it's ground game crazy.
What
and
does
it's
that
not
mean?
just about the game you got in the bed. It's about the game you got on a day-to-day basis. It means you can be on your game when you walk outside, when you work your job, when you go on that podcast, when you shoot your shot, when you in the bed, in the sheets, getting the cheeks. It could be everywhere. Your ground game gonna be crazy until you take off. See what I'm saying? Like, just I don't know.
That's actually
that's Mafia, man.
It's not an HBCU. It's not a African American. This is a prestigious white college.
At least Brittany Renner talked at the school she went to.
She is white, so
holy.
I think it'd be kind of wild if she was talking at an HBCU. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'd love to see her at Tennessee State come and talk. Man, I don't know if she's gonna make it.
Oh, shots is gonna be fired.
I don't know if she's gonna make it out of there.
Shots gonna be fired.
How you feel about this?
She gonna roll.
Shots gonna be fired. Hell,
the Q Dog's gonna be on her ass.
Man, shots gonna be fired regardless. I mean, shoot, you heard the rumors of the shots getting fired when Brittany Renner went to JSU. You heard the shots getting. And to be honest, I don't blame them. I would have shot some too. I mean, just like,
yes, sir.
Like, we can keep it being like, regardless of reputation. If you're just trying to, get in and get out, we all know how that goes at this point. So I mean, I don't blame them.
How much are they paying her? Because they be paying these speakers.
I don't know the details of how much they're gonna pay her to speak, but just the fact that you are there to speak.
I don't think they got paid Brittany. I think she got free tickets to the game, and they weren't even good seats.
Like, she got what?
Oh, Shadir gave her 100% gave her good seat.
Shadir, you think Shadir?
Shadir 100% gave her good seat.
I think she got. Did you see the picture she took? Like she wasn't on the field or nothing. I think that Dion didn't pay her like that.
Because let me just throw this in perspective for everybody who may be wondering why this is like such a big deal. Some of the people who have been invited to speak at the same podium of Oxford University, let's just go through them. We have Presidents Nixon, Carter, Reagan, Clinton, Queen Elizabeth II, I rest her soul, the Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, Malcolm, Albert Einstein, Sir Elton John, Billy Joel, Shakira, and now we add Bad Barbie to that kind of prestigious list.
Bad Baby. Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me at Oxford, nigga. How about
that? She can say that now. That's crazy.
God. And they even say like her speech gonna be finish school or see me outside. Like, bro, like
put it on a t-shirt.
Like, it's almost like if I'm like at Oxford and I'm working my butt off for this degree, and you invite this person who more or less got a wonderful break by getting viral off of the saying that she did, and then music taking off, and then her OnlyFans ventures taking off as well. And I look at that, I've just been working my butt off for this degree. I'd be mad as a motherfucker. I'd be like, bro, like how
strategic marketing.
Do I need to go and try to say some stuff on freaking World Star and have that go catch viral on Twitter and and just take a bunch of some subjective pics and just go share them with and see if they take viral? I can't. I'll be mad. And I'm doing.
Hey, bro, the craziest lecture that I got when I was in college, they didn't have Tony Dungy come. They had Tony Dungy's brother-in-law come, and it was like, "Hey, y'all, it's Tony Dungy's brother-in-law." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like,
"That's great, man." That's like saying, "Hey, y'all, we gonna try to
mandatory."
Like, hey, y'all, we gonna try to invite Eddie Murphy, but we got Ronald Murphy, which is like their long lost brother, twice removed from the family reunion down the road, and he just had Murphy in his last name, so we just got him. But
I'm just like, I'm like, we have to be there at 9:00.
And because like everybody gonna go like, bro, I just need to see what she gonna say. And then like I say, it comes out supposedly she gonna speak in November. I'm just so curious. And I know the speech that she gonna have somebody write for her.
Will she credit her ghostwriter is the real question.
It don't matter.
Will we see him in the liner note?
If I got 50 million, bro, I'm finna get like one of the most wonderful ghostwriters. I can go and get one of the ghostwriters. Hey, yo, Neo, like come write this speech for me.
Is she gonna serious? In a wild Florida accent?
You got $50 million. You taking this serious? You actually getting a ghostwriter? I'm going up there and I'm talking shit for an hour, and going on about my business.
So Oxford pays you to go up there and give a speech, and you gonna go up there and just talk complete bullshit for an hour?
Well, I don't know.
It shouldn't even be an hour. What are you talking about? The speech should be like 10 minutes.
I don't know. I don't know if it'll be bullshit.
An hour is wild. It's not a podcast.
I don't know if it'll be bullshit. It just depends on how drunk I am.
Oh my God! So you finna go? You do like what? See, this is why we can't be great. This is right now why we can't be great. We got
I'm not robbing niggas at Roscoe's. I'm just going up there faded.
That's Joe's tagline. It depends on how much I've had to drink.
By 9:00, I think it's.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And
this show too judgmental.
We judgmental. It don't matter if you still not showing good things of the culture. How is it still like being judgmental? Whether you rob or ruin the opportunity to forward, African American people. What?
They want me up there because of what I've said off of the Hennessy. You know that. That's
Joe. You know good and well they're not putting you up there while you're on the Hennessy. Joe, you gonna show them Dragon Ball Z photos for an hour, dog.
You think they want to see Bhad Baby up there because of who she is as a person, or what made her famous?
Hey, how they gonna rate me?
I might do that shit.
Joe in the audience on a scale of 1 to 10. Why am I a 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10, why am I a 10? I like that.
No. Listen, everybody. Listen, what I'm saying. I don't think y'all hear me. What do y'all rate me?
That's some GG. That's some GG shit too, man. Ground game mafia.
Bruh, no, like, if anybody ever gets to the point where you are able to give a speech above a prestigious community where you know it's gonna be trending,
why would I clean up my act?
The
reason I'm there is because of who I am.
But like, let's keep it a bean. We don't know why they invited Bad Barbie to go and speak. We don't necessarily know. It might be because she helped make a scholarship or whatever. It might be promoting more at Oxford right now. That might be a reason. It may be because of what she got famous for. Though, if it's for what she got famous for, she got famous more or less for like a hot thing on
it's got to
a
be off the
show
OnlyFans
and making money from OnlyFans. I don't know if that's the message or like the thing they want to push to a bunch of Oxford graduates in the future. I don't know if that's what they want to share. So
I don't imagine a lot of tens go to Oxford.
What?
So like, it don't matter. It's still a prestigious school. Like the rate of the women of people that's there.
They gonna make bank, Joe. Find your sugar mama. They guarantee bank.
I imagine most people that go to Oxford look like Queen Elizabeth II.
I imagine Joe would go to Oxford and leave an emotional wreck. It would be horrible. He would go through a whole range and spectrum of emotions before.
They won't let you go. They wouldn't let you go.
They putting you down, bro. You getting yanked.
I'm on that mic like this, my nigga.
See, you just said the wrong word already. As soon as you start off with the N word, you getting yanked.
They kicking you out the whole building.
You ain't making it, bro.
I was gonna say the get him out of here poll is coming.
Are we getting trespassed from Oxford?
Monte, before Joe, why he getting taken off the script, bro? Why he getting taken on the stage before he go? Hey, for real though, before I leave, rate me.
Hey, on some real shit, before I get trespassed, rate me.
Oh my god! Like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here on this nice fun spot.
Why do y'all always do this to me?
Like, we can't let you prosper because all you're gonna do is add more nicknames to yourself, and then this is why we can't give you any kind of power or put you on any kind of podium. Because every time, look what you doing. Look what you do now. You just sitting there shooting shots in the audience. Like, this is not what we're supposed to be doing.
What y'all doing after this lecture?
See, that kind of stuff right there. Like, what y'all doing after this lecture? I'm gonna be sitting up in the cafeteria hall, having me a little bit of a drink, and not nothing that y'all drinking off them little fountains. I'm gonna have a little something.
The one thing that's ensured is that interaction ends with a Joe Twitter apology, guaranteed. I'd like to apologize for my actions last night. I don't want that to be indicative of who I am as a person.
God, that gets bad. I give. I appreciate everybody for joining us for another episode of Make It Make Sense, even though Joe don't make sense. But we can't make him make sense at this point. We gotta take it on the chin and go as we go. Please, y'all, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching, make sure to leave a like on whatever program you're watching on, whatever profile, whatever platform, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Instagram, no matter where it is, Facebook. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all share the post, share the link, share everything, man. Make sure y'all send more people to come watch us, man. We always have a good time. We include the audience. Y'all get seen, we get seen. Make sure to let it be a mutual thing. And let's push forward these kind of talks, man. So that way the negativity in the world, negativity in media, we can take it down by at least a little bit, man. Otherwise, I gotta go see my therapist and see where we can find them. Blueface's therapist. Where can we find you?
Sir Hollywood Sensei of the Blurred Cartel. You can find me anywhere the Blurred Cartel is, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch. And you can also find me, Hollywood Sensei, every Thursday on What It Sound Like podcast. And follow me on TikTok, Hollywood Sensei 215. And follow me on Twitter at Sensei Hollywood.
That is the great therapist himself, the Hollywood, the Sensei of the Blurred Cartel. We are also joined by a Twitter fiend, a monster who is in the dark web depths of everything media, Afro Comedy 765.
You've been lacking, Tor.
You already know. Afro Comedy 765 on all platforms. Catch me anywhere on the internet streets having a hot take. Of course, on Overall 99 Media, taking shots at Joe and trying to live life. You guys already know.
Of course. And then, of course, speaking of Overall 99 Media, we have some more representatives. First, we have the Fusion, the Dark One himself, Mr. So many names that can't even be repeated because he is that much of a monster. Unico the Fusion, where can we find you at, man?
Shout out to Miami doing flea flickers for 10-yard gains. What was that? UnicoWilliams.com. Y'all know what deal. You know what time it is. All those roads lead to right here where you watching. And just relax. Rate me, man.
Not for the deal with the Fusion down there. And of course, we have the Overall 99 Media CEO himself, Zell May, aka Do I Have to Apologize to Woman is King? I don't know, but you do have a comment that asks you, did you watch that movie Woman is King? I'm gonna let you explain yourself and everything.
Listen. My homie is who is very radical about black men told me, okay, the movie is fine, dog. I'm like, bro, you hyped me up to go against this movie. But now it's fine. So I might have to apologize when I see it. I ain't seen it yet. I ain't gonna say it. But I might have to apologize to them white women.
Uh-oh. Is there a pander coming?
No, I only pander to black women. But this is a true apology to white women if the movie is actually good. Shout out to my black sisters out there. You can follow me here. You can be here at Overall 99 Media, Overall 99 Sports, Overall 99 Gaming. I'll probably do a stream Monday, probably. So it'll be fun. I'll be on the streaming on the gaming channel. My Zell May channel, I'll give y'all a little bit of what I think for real, because I try to be quiet a lot of time. But just follow me all these other places, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Back to Monterey.
I was about to say, nigga, do not exit this nigga show out.
Oh no.
I said back to Monterey. What you talking about?
No.
He used to hitting the outro. You can tell he was going there.
Yeah, it went left. It always goes left at the end. We'll be trying to save it, but it never is possible. It always goes left. Otherwise, I am your host, Monterey Hudson. You can catch me everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. All of it's gonna say Monterey Hudson. You can see where I am. Also, make it make sense. Is the show? It will be a Facebook page, a TikTok page coming up. You might can find it now, send a follow. Otherwise, make sure to support the rest of the shows. Coming up tomorrow, we do got the sports show, 11 a.m. Eastern, an hour before kickoff. That way you can come see what we got to say about the different teams. Our apologies for our mess ups, our fantasy updates, the struggles. It is real. And of course, everything we got over the course of the next week, from locker room talk, roundtable discussions, make it make sense, and of course, what it sounds like in Friday Night Gear. Got a
interesting man cave too, Monte.
Oh yeah, we got Man Cave coming up on
interesting Man Cave.
99. It's gonna be a very interesting one on Monday as well. Make sure y'all
very interesting.
I stand on everything I said in that podcast ahead of time.
Yeah, y'all gonna have an interest in that. Make sure y'all gonna show some support to the Overall 99 Media page as well. And then of course, Honey and Cocoa Podcast. Give a shout out to them. We love you. Much love, much appreciation to y'all. Hopefully I haven't missed everybody. Otherwise, we appreciate y'all for joining in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the link to this, share the link to the video. Having a good time on here. We appreciate y'all, and we out. Peace.